Okay, guys, let's talk about sharing Plexus with a non-Facebook audience. So how do you reach out to people that aren't part of your Facebook feed? How do you start to hit your cold market with Plexus, not necessarily people that you know? Well, one thing that you can think about are the different people that you run into from day to day that maybe you don't know personally, but you see them. It could be the crossing guard that you see every day and say hello to each morning as you're walking your kids to school. Maybe it's the person at the grocery store counter as you're checking out. Typically you're talking about small talk. Usually it's the weather, things like that. What are you going to do the rest of the day? I'm sure they kind of get tired of having the same conversation over and over. Why don't you ask them some questions? Ask them about they're standing on their feet all day. If you are like me and you keep samples of the Ease cream in your purse, share that with them. Give them a sample. Give your business card. Talk to them. Ask them about what it's like to be on their feet all day. Or I bet you're hurting. Why don't you try this cream? And here's my contact information. Whenever you're going to do something like that, make sure to try to get contact information back from them as a way to follow up, whether it's an email address or a phone number. Be personable. Really engage in conversation and show that you have something that may be able to help them, something that you have found passion in. Share why it's made a difference for you and people that you know, people that are in your life too. So there's a lot of people that we can talk to that you may not necessarily be on your list that you're thinking about, but you run into the same people all the time. Your mail carrier, you can leave them a gift of a sample and your contact information. Anytime you do something like that, again, you want to try to get contact information back because following up is so key, especially if you're going to be giving them a sample. You want to make sure that they tried it, get some feedback, see what they thought, and then you'll be able to go from there and see what level of interest that they may have. So you never know who may be interested. Also, just make sure that you're listening to other people's conversations. There's a lot of time, not like eavesdropping in like a creepy way, but there's a lot of times that people, you may be standing in line waiting for something somewhere, and you can just overhear people's conversations about, their trouble sleeping at night, or the headaches that they have, or their struggle in their energy or keeping up with their kids, or whatever it is. You hear people a lot of time, or talking about wanting to lose weight. If you kind of practice an elevator speech, talk to them, just give them a tiny little taste. Just be friendly, and you can even say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to I just happened to overhear your conversation, and I heard this, and I've got something that really changed my life. I can relate exactly to what you're experiencing. Here's my card. If you're ever interested in hearing some more about it, let me know. Just be very brief. Let them just kind of be curious and want to ask you questions or want to hear more. Don't spew everything that you know about Plexus and why they need to do it. But you can just share a little taste of information and then let them follow up with you. Always have a sample or a business card, a way to reach you. And you never know what kind of doors you can open by just talking to people like that. Some other ideas in engaging a non-Facebook audience is doing vendor fairs, bridal shows, especially here in the spring. Those come up a lot because there's a lot of June brides and things like that. So there's a lot of ways to spread your business. You can be an independent ambassador sponsorship of things like your local school PTA. If they've got a fundraiser, I know our elementary school does that, where if you are a school sponsor where they look for small businesses in the area to sponsor, and maybe they get to have an ad in the school directory. Those are things that you can do as a business owner. It's not Plexus Worldwide being the sponsor for this school's PTA, but it's you as an independent ambassador for Plexus that can help support fundraisers and things like that in your community. So there are some great ways that you can spread the word about your business, more so than just your friends and family, your neighbors, and the people who see your Facebook posts. So get creative and make sure that you are just listening and never afraid to reach out and see about how Plexus could make a difference for somebody, because that's what's so amazing, is the more that we're sharing, the more people are finding amazing relief, different kinds of freedoms, whether it's from a lack of energy, or maybe it's to get out of debt or pay off a credit card. You never know what somebody needs. So don't prejudge. Never assume that you know what somebody is going through or what they do or do not need. Let them be the judge of that. But it's our job to educate and let them know what is available. And if they know that you're a part of it, then they're going to know to reach out to you when they are ready. So that's the other thing here, is that this is most often not about what is on our timeline. It is about letting people know what we have to offer, and then when they are ready, they will come to you. So that's just a few ideas I wanted to share with you tonight, and I hope you found it helpful.